Okay, it is now Saturday night, January the 2nd, 2010. We have a brand new year here, and welcome to orangequant.com. I'm Dennis Hudson, your host. And as you can see, I'm showing you yet another application of the H205 indicator from the FLIR 2 ebook. And this time I'm applying it to a weekly S&P 500 chart. And again, the indicators and other methods in the FLIR 2 ebook are easy to apply and easy to learn. Alright then, the first thing to notice, these red trend lines on the H205 indicator here, they are quite old. I put the dates, how far back they were drawn from. The upper one here, April, goes all the way back to April of 09, and the lower one stretches all the way back to October of 08. And from a technical perspective, typically the longer or older a trend line is, the more significant it is. This time around, we're not using synthetic trend lines on the price pattern up here above. We're only using H205, and the reason for that is that the behavior of the S&P right in here on the weekly chart makes the use of those a little complicated to explain, so I'm not even putting them up. It's too much for a short video. Okay, right off the top, this intersect down here between these two red trend lines happens to be February 15th. So on February 15th, that would be the week of February 15th, we should expect that to be the last week of whatever trend the S&P happens to be in at the time. And after that, a pretty sharp reversal. So my strategy would be, if I could bag something at the top or the bottom of the week of February 15th, depending on what the previous trend was, and then trade that into the next week, I should see a pretty good profit. And let me make this very clear. This February 15th is, according to H205, will be an inflection. And here is what, let me pick a black color here. For example, right here where you see this black dot, that's an inflection, okay? It continues this little trend here, and then that's the last period of the of that trend, and then after that it reverses. So February 15th is the inflection, okay? The last period of the trend or mini trend that's occurring at the time. Or so says H205. Now, a bit closer in, and I don't actually show this, is this week we're looking at right now, starting the 4th, the week of the 4th, which is, you know, starting right about in here, all right? That week, we should be expecting this to be an inflection of some sort. Now, is it going to be a very large inflection or a small inflection? Hard to say. My guess is it's not going to be as strong as February 15th, but nevertheless has some potential profit. And the reason that we come up with that, if I zoom in, it's going to knock this whole thing all out of focus. You see this, there's a light colored, kind of a light pink trend line right here running across here. Alright, this comes down and intersects with this northbound red trend line, and it intersects, oh, I'm sorry, that's the 25th. Forgive me, let me start over on that. This kind of purplish trend line right here, okay, that intersects with that lower red trend line. It looks like this week the 4th. It's a little dicey there because it could have meant that this past week was the inflection, but under magnification you can see that it's actually the week of the 4th. And we have another intersect, this little pink trend line here that crosses this red lower trend line on the week of the 25th, January 25th. So to wrap up, and that one is well, it's about the same length, maybe a little longer than the purple one. I don't think it's worth comparing them. That's January 25th. And to wrap up, we have inflections the week of the 4th, the 25th, and then the week of February 15th. Now, I would really like to have had some synthetic trend lines for you on the price chart up here. But as I said, that was very complex, and I'm not sure I'm getting reliable readings or could explain them in this short video. And thanks again for stopping by. As mentioned before, the FLIR 2 ebook is available below. The buy button, if you had problems with it, has been fixed. And I wish you a very prosperous year. I'm Dennis Hudson at orangequant.com.